Hi kids, how are you? So we are on Unit 14. We're coming to the home stretch in foundations. We can't stop. I really want to get in these last few syllable types, and you have done such a good job of just keeping on. You don't have to be to mastery on your syllable types, but it's really important that I present them to you so that for those of us who are ready, we're going to recognize them and move forward in writing with them and reading them. And for those of us who aren't quite ready yet, we're going to be exposed to them and maybe recognize them in print, but maybe have some trouble spelling with them after applying them, but maybe we'll be able to read them. And for some of us, they'll remain difficult. That would have been me as well. So it's okay, because then that just means the next time it comes up, you'll be more ready for it. So I'd like you to pay attention, because today we're starting something new in this Unit 14. Last week we're still doing double vowel teams, and last week we did O, toe, O, boat, and O, snow. There we go. I'm sorry, that's all OW. I gotta pull you in here again, guys. I'm sorry, I'm so big in the way here, stuck in this corner. Okay, so they were all, oh, there. These are all the double vowel teams, and there is last week. Okay, O, toe, snow, O, boat, O, and no. O, toe, O, boat, O, and O, snow, O. And this week I'm going to have to steal this one, because this is what's interesting. This is why this week is really important. This week we're going to talk about a double vowel team, two double vowel teams. So O-U, ow, and O-W, ow. Interesting. So now that could cause a problem. So let's just hold off on O-W. Let's go with O-U. And they say O-U, ow, trout. Do you know what trout is, children? It's a kind of fish. There's rainbow trout. I think they're more river fish. I don't believe they're in the ocean, but I don't really know. I'm sorry. I should look that up. Ready? Let's try trout. Trout. T, r, ow, t. So when we go to write it, t, r, ow, t, trout. Again, that's a double vowel. Okay? So if I were to continue to look at this, OU can come in the middle of a word like trout. I know we've been talking about middles and endings and beginnings. It can also come at the beginning of a word. So if I know trout, it can become at the beginning of something we know, like out, ow, t. Come on, that's simple, right? Ow, t. Same marking, one syllable, double vowel. Okay? Let's look at it again. So now I have out and I have trout. What if I said pouch? Mrs. Donner's sweatshirt has a pouch in it. Pouch. P, ow, ch, pouch. Let's try it. Ow, ch, pouch. Again, one syllable. It's in the middle here. It's my double vowel. So when I go to read words and I see the OU, I have to start thinking about how it could say ow, like ouch. I have a boo-boo. That makes complete sense. Most of you would recognize that word, be the same thing. Ouch. Still be double vowel, still one syllable. Okay? Now, that brings me to OW. OW is a different story because it can say, it makes two different kinds of sounds. So I'm going to present to you some of the words that we're going to spell using OW with the sound, and then we're going to talk about what we do when we come across an OW word. Okay, so we talked about OWO, snow. That's not what we're doing. We're going to do OW, ow, plow. That sort of goes with snow. Sometimes I think they pick things that are related. Even the picture, we're not at school, is of a snowplow pushing snow, which to me, as a child, would confuse me because there's snow and the plow. But for some of you, it might make a connection. So let's just try plow. Ready? Plow. Ooh. Ow. So we're getting the ow. So, ooh. Ow. not plow, right? But plow, plow. That makes sense. Don't plow through your words. So if I were to look at this the first time and see that OW and think to myself, plow, I would say, what in the world is plow? Now, of course, you're going to come across words that you do not recognize or know, and you keep reading. And I would hope that after you would keep reading, read beyond the word, you would say, wait a minute, the plow cleared the snow off the ground. And so then I would come back and say, oh, that's not plow, that has to be plow. Okay? Let's go back and try another one. Let's try this word. I want you to watch, because this is where you have to use your eye. This is why our language is so hard. If you were to look at this word, you would say, okay, ooh, ow, flow. Mrs. Donner. Ooh, oh, flow. Ooh, what would you like to flow from your sink, your faucet, if there was only one thing that could come out? So that word is flow. Now watch, though. So I'm reading this and say, oh, look, the water will flow down the hill. But what about if they add this ending to it? Flower. And no, it is South Jersey, but it's not a flower, it's a floor. This is flower. So now we have two syllables, because I know my ER is going to make one, and that doesn't make any sense to me. So what my brain is going to tell me, as a second grader, it might be hard for your brain to do this, but you're going to look at that and say, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I know OW says O. I have to remember OW also says ow. O and ow. So now let me try ow. Flower. There we go. Flower. OW, ow, flow. It is exactly marked exactly the same way, guys. So that part's not going to be helpful to anybody. Okay? It's still a double vowel. It just says ow instead of O. So again, we know OW can say ow and OW can say O. And what I have to do when I'm reading is think about what those two sounds are. And as I read, if it's not making sense, to try a different way. Okay, so I'm going to try O and then it doesn't work. I try ow. Okay, same idea. But this week we're working on OW, ow, and OU, ow. And they're called the ouch twins. Okay, they're both double vowels, double vowel teams. And the biggest issue is going to be on that OW when you're reading it. Now, in writing it, it might also be an issue, because we could have tried this one and you could have said, oh, flower, and you could have put a U here as we've done in the past, and then you would recognize that looks really strange. OUER looks really strange, and that's when you would come in and substitute it with that OW. Okay, so you're still using that same spelling strategy, but I gave you a new strategy in reading. Now, we actually did this in the beginning of the year, but I don't think you had as much background knowledge to use it. What we did in the beginning of the year was talk about when something doesn't work one way, you got to try in another. Well, here's what that OW is telling us, because it makes two different sounds. Again, repeat after me, two different sounds. It says OW-O, snow. Say that, O, snow. And it says OW, ow, plow. Okay? That makes it a little tougher. All right, but that's good. You will know that and recognize that. Oh, how's that going? All right, also, and I know that was longer because it's a little different. This week in handwriting, and I lost my hand. Oh, here it is. This week in handwriting, last week you did G, and, I'm sorry, you did A and G. And boy, your handwriting is getting so beautiful. I'm so excited. And this week we're going to do some D. We're going to do lowercase d and lowercase o. And my biggest concern is O. So let's go into D first, because that's simple. D starts just like A. Okay? And then you're going to go, actually, you're going to go, keep going upwards. Sorry, let's do it again. D starts just like A, and you're going to go all the way up to that top line, and then come back down to the bottom line, and then do an undercurve. Let's do it again. A to the ceiling, and then back down. Now, Mrs. Donner has no space there. You're going to see that D gets a space, but you can choose. So if you would like to go up, and come follow it back down, that would be fine. If you would like to go up and form that loop, that's fine. Now, what you have to be careful of is when you're forming that loop that it doesn't wind up looking like L. You can see Mrs. Donner's a little bit far from this board to do this. So I did the word dill. I love dill pickles. D-I-L-L. When I'm all done, I go back and dot. Notice my eyes in the air a little bit, so I have to be careful of that as well. And I could even do the word deep. Deep in our blue sea. D to E to E to 3-point P. Over curve and back out. Deep. Okay? So you can try all of that. You have your page. I show you how to do it. You have dill and wet on there. Let's go back in and let's look at O. Now the reason O is a problem is how you connect it. So O starts up top. It's a down curve just like A, and it comes back up. I would start it over here like you start C and come up so you don't have far to go, and then around. It looks like a little boy in a baseball hat or a girl in a baseball hat. So let's watch the connection. So for O, I have you doing the word owl. So to connect it from the beginning, it's not hard. You go all the way around and then loop through. Now to start W, go down, down, check stroke to L and up. But how about when it's in the middle of a word? And did I give you that? I did. The word log. So let's look at log. So log, we're going to start with our L. Sorry, my pen. To O. I'm going to go over. Now look at that. Did you see that? I don't want to go loop-de-loo, right? What do I want to do? I go down and back around. All right, I'm going to do it again. I want a different pen because this pen's no good for you. Ready? I go under curve to over curve, up and over, back around, over and through. There's my G. Or there's my O. I'm sorry, my O. Geez Louise. And now I come over for G and I do the same thing. I go back that direction. Let me do it again because my L looks funny. Let me do it again. Ready? L, up to O, back around and through, up to G, back down and around and up. Okay, so the biggest thing about O is connecting it to your next letter or making sure I don't want to see the loop-de-loo. It's not one of these guys because then you won't know how to get off the train there. Okay, it just looks like crazy, right? You want to go up and trace it back down. You can do it. All right, guys, good job again. As always, this is it for the whole week for Fundations. You're just practicing O and ow. You're actually practicing ow, but that OW that shows up as an ow is also an O. And your O and your, oh my goodness, it's so late. Mrs. Donner is messing up. Your O and your, I think it was a D. It was. Your O and your D. So we're going to be able to write the word dog. Okay, good job. Keep it up. Listen, we are coming closer to the end. I don't want you to start giving up or, again, giving your parents a hard time because soon we're going to let up a little bit. We're going to be working on those projects for you. I'm really proud of you. Just keep at it. I can't believe that you have done I can believe you've done so well. You should be really proud of yourself and extremely grateful to your parents. Okay? Good job, guys. Keep it up.